Hello and welcome to the Holy Shift podcast. I am Debbie Reeves, your host, and today I am going to give you an example of how I shift, how I do holy shifts. You see, life happens, and we have our human nature response. Something unexpected comes into our experience, and we freak out and go, "What the heck?" Or, "Why is this happening to me?" Or it just creates stress, or it's something that we just didn't plan on happening. Well, this week I've been on vacation, and I have not really taken a real vacation since 2018, and right now it's 2023. So, yeah, that's about 5 years. And I was supposed to be going away this week up into central coast of California, and there was a storm that started coming our way. So we listened to that inner guide and just realized that we would not be starting our reservation on Monday as expected because a big storm came through California. And I know that our reservation was set to be Monday. We were supposed to check in like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday. But around 11:30 in the morning, my sister, who lives about an hour and a half up the coast, texted me and said, don't come, that the Highway 101 is closed. The surrounding roads and highways are closed because of flooding and mudslides, and that it wasn't safe. So, okay, at that time, I thought, no big deal. We have a reservation for the whole week, so we can just postpone until the roads are open. And I was planning on going to the Central Coast and going to Paso Robles and visit some olive oil farms and maybe wineries, and then going up to Cambria or Carmel and visiting. There's a restaurant called Roy's on Spanish Bay Golf Course up near Pebble Beach, and it's just a wonderful, first of all, it's delicious food, and second of all, it's in a great location. But at sunset every night, there's a bagpiper that starts to play in the background as he's walking over the grassy knolls of the golf course. And at that place along the Monterey Peninsula, it's kind of mystical, kind of magical, almost mythical, because you hear this distant bagpipe playing and the fog is rolling in, and it's just an amazing experience. So I have been dreaming about going on this trip for a long time, and then, this past Monday, I knew it was going to be postponed because the storms were coming through, and I thought, okay, well, we'll just wait until Wednesday and then start up the Central Coast. Sure, it'll be 2 days shorter, but we'll still have a good vacation. Well, Monday afternoon, the president of the company that I work for emailed me and said that they needed my help on a special case. So, I was home still Monday. I was doing my work on my podcast and things, but I got back to him and said, "What do you need?" And sure enough, I ended up doing some work for about 4 hours on Wednesday, and then there was going to be a special meeting on that Friday that would take probably 1:30 to 4:30. So by this time, I just kind of, surrendered and took that as a sign that, okay, maybe I just need to cancel my trip and postpone it. So I did, and I called the resort that I was going to stay, where I was going to stay, and they said because of the storm and things that they could easily reschedule me to another time. So I did that. But still, the week wasn't what I had planned. I was really looking forward to, I wasn't just looking forward to this vacation. I needed it. And I still need it, because when I work hard, and I work long hours. I work a lot of hours, And I'm taking care of multiple patients in the day, and I really just needed this week off. So while I wasn't in the resort where I planned, I still made good use of this week, and I got a lot done behind the scenes for my website and different projects that I have going on. And so this morning is Sunday. I go back to work tomorrow. And I really felt the need to get to the beach. I grew up in the beach. I spent 30 years living by the ocean, and it's the place where I restore my soul. And to think about going back to work and not going to the beach just did not sit right. I felt depleted. I felt resentful. And so I knew I just really would need to get to the beach before I head back to work the next day. So last night I was pondering going to the beach today, but I thought, I don't want to miss church. I wanted to go out to lunch with my friends. I didn't want to go out there later in the day to the beach because then I would be stuck in the Sunday afternoon, evening traffic on the way home. And I still had to get some things done to get ready for the work week. So I went to bed pondering the need to go to the beach, but wondering how is it logistically going to work out. In my head, I could not figure out how it could logistically work. Well, in the morning, Sunday morning, this morning, I woke up, and in my quiet time, I was just saying, okay, God, help me to have the day that you want me to experience. And I was just surrendering it. And all of a sudden, I just got this urge to just get up and go right to the beach first thing in the morning. And it was like 6:30 in the morning. The sun wasn't fully up. And I thought, okay, what am I feeling? This doesn't make sense. I went to my phone and checked the weather. It said it was going to be raining until 10 a.m. I'm like, why am I going at 6:30 in the morning? I don't understand this. My head was spinning, but my heart was telling me, just get up and go. And normally, when I get up and go somewhere, I also do a few things in the morning, like your morning business type of stuff. And this morning, I was just like, I'm just going to get up and trust that everything's going to work out. And that whatever I need when I need it will line up. And I packed my beach bag with, a towel, with a change of shoes, with, just whatever those things were that I thought I might need if I was going to be running on the beach or, going to look for seashells or just all those normal things that I love to do. But I wanted to be warm on the way home, so I wanted a change of sweats and some warm socks. So I threw those in the beach bag, put on some sunscreen, and headed out the door. And if you know Southern California, you know that the 405 freeway, there is always traffic. And it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm driving down to Malibu. I don't have the radio on yet, but I'm just like thanking God for this moment, thanking God that this is just going to be an amazing day. And I look in front of me, and there's like one car total on the freeway. One car on the freeway. No traffic whatsoever. And I am just cruising down to Malibu like I have never experienced before. It's just so much ease to the whole drive down. And it was kind of funny. I was just looking around, and then suddenly I noticed a car is passing me. I'm on the freeway going about 70 miles an hour. And this car to the left of me is passing me, going probably 10 to 15 miles faster than I am going. And I look over, and it says, driving school, student driver. And I was shocked but laughing, going, that is ridiculous that a student driver is going faster than I am on the freeway. But anyway, there were just little things along the way on the drive that made me filled with joy and made me laugh and made me enjoy every second. So as I got off the freeway and was driving through Malibu Canyon, I was driving by Malibu Creek State Park, and I saw a squirrel that was kind of scurrying around in the bushes off to the side, and I was thinking, no, squirrel, don't go out in front of my car, and it must have heard me, because all of a sudden, as I approached, it stopped what it was doing. It got up on its hind legs, and its hands were like this, and it just looked right at me as if to say, hello. It just cracked me up, because it was just the perfect moment and the perfect little connection with that squirrel. And so anyway, I just was laughing and enjoying the ride down to Malibu. And of course, I got down there, and as soon as I got there, I suddenly had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, okay, where am I going to go? And sure enough, I saw a bathroom, and like I said, all of my needs were taken care of in that morning. So I spent a couple of hours down running on the beach, taking pictures of the sun coming through the clouds and shining on the water, and taking some videos of my favorite little sandpiper birds that were chasing the waves coming in and chasing them going out, and climbing up the stairs at Point Dume. And it was just what I needed, to feel like I had a vacation and like I could head back to work without being depleted and resentful and all of that. And just, before I left this morning, my mind was looking at the weather map and saying that it was going to rain until 10 o'clock. But it didn't rain at all when I was driving down there. I drove down there and did not hit one red light. It was all green lights the whole way. It was like I was in the flow of the rhythm of life, and everything was just kind of working out in my favor. And the same thing happened on the way home. I ended up just having fun, going and looking for seashells, dipping my toes in the water, and running around Point Dume. And then when I felt it was time to go home, I just got in my car, and I literally did not even have any red lights on the way home. It was all green lights the whole way home. And I got home in time to even meet my favorite people for lunch. So I was able to go to the beach and come back in time to have lunch with my favorite people still. And then I still had time to run my errands that I had to do for the work week, to get ready for the work week. But that's what happens when you have something that you need to do. It's divine. It's meant for you. And yet your mind might be telling you, okay, there's going to be rain. There's not enough time in the day. You probably shouldn't do this. You should go run your errands first. But you just listen to your heart more and follow that. And, ask God, holy, whatever you call the inner guide, intuition, powers that be, the greater power, the source, whatever you call that deepest within you, to help you make it happen. The most magical days happen when I genuinely release and ask, help me to have the day that you envision. It's not that I'm special. It's not that I am blessed beyond anybody else, whatever anybody else is. It's just that I've learned how to do it. And that's what this podcast is all about, so that you can learn how to get out of your own way, how to stop those negative thoughts, and to learn how to trust your inner guide and have yourself holy shifts that give you all that you are meant to experience. So I hope this serves you. I look forward to hearing your comments, other situations that you might be challenged by or struggling with, so that we can talk about how to shift out of those as we learn to trust that everything is working out in your favor. Surrender to the power that is greater. Allow all that is meant for you. That's the holy shift.